Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering HHAZ and NBWR Ransomware join the Stop Djvu Ransomware family. If you see an error message stating TextanAlyzerfld will damage your computer, you may have adware. New strains of Stop Djvu Ransomware are being discovered every week, and this time it's HHAZ Ransomware. Like other associated strains of the prominent malware threat, this ransomware locks files and then demands a ransom fee to restore file access. Infections like HHAZ ransomware can be distributed through software bundles. So if you tend to download freeware or pirated apps via torrent or cracked software sites, you may end up installing such threats. HHAZ ransomware locks most of the popular file types, including photos, music, documents, and videos. During the file encryption process, HHAZ ransomware adds the .hhaz extension to the affected files and leaves a ransom note on the user's desktop and in every folder containing files. Once downloaded and installed, HHAZ ransomware will employ the AES encryption algorithm to lock up your files. Oftentimes, information stealers like Zeus and Redline are deployed alongside ransomware, which allows hackers access to sensitive information before encrypting files. Therefore, it's possible that this ransomware does it too. The ransom note demands a ransom payment in order for victims to obtain the decryption key. The key costs $980, but the ransomware's operators will offer a 50% discount and only charge $490 if the victim contacts them within 72 hours after infection. There's also two email addresses: support@freshmail.top and datarestorehelpyou@airmail.cc for victims to use to communicate with hackers. We do discourage establishing contact, as there's no guarantee that they'll provide decryption tools after payment. It's important to note that HHAZ ransomware does not just encrypt data, it may attempt to delete all shadow copies of the affected files stored on your computer. This can make recovery of your documents and data extremely difficult, if not impossible. It is highly recommended that you do not attempt to pay a ransom for a decryption key, as this does not guarantee the recovery of encrypted files. The best course of action is focusing on methods that can help you restore your data and protect you from similar threats in the future. How do I deal with the HHAZ ransomware infection? To protect yourself from the HHAZ ransomware attack, you should practice safe web browsing habits like refraining from opening email attachments from unknown senders and downloading programs from unreliable sources. You should also have a reputable malware remediation tool installed on your computer. That way you can regularly scan for elements associated with this troublesome ransomware infection and other malware. Also, to reduce the potential damage of a future ransomware infection, please consider backing up your files on an external hard drive or cloud storage. NBWR Ransomware is another ransomware strain that's part of the prolific Stop Djvu Ransomware family. Like other similar infections, it locks target files and demands a ransom fee. Malicious programs like NBWR Ransomware are often distributed via software bundles. So if you tend to download freeware or pirated apps via torrent or cracked software sites, you can end up installing similar threats. NBWR ransomware locks most of the popular file types, including photos, music, documents, and videos. During the encryption process, the ransomware adds the NBWR extension to affected files and leaves a ransom note on the user's desktop and in every folder containing encrypted files. When NBWR Ransomware is downloaded and installed, it uses the AES encryption algorithm to lock up files. Once the file encryption is complete, NBWR Ransomware demands a ransom in exchange for the decryption key. The key costs $980, but the ransomware's operators will offer you a 50% discount and only charge $490 if you contact them within 3 days. There's 2 email addresses provided to contact hackers: support@freshmail.top and datarestorehelpyou@airmail.cc. Although we do discourage establishing contact with them, as there's no guarantee that they'll provide decryption after payment. It's important to note that NBWR Ransomware does not just encrypt data, it may also attempt to delete shadow copies of the affected files stored on your computer. It's highly recommended that you do not attempt to pay a ransom for the key, as this does not guarantee that you'll get access back to your files. The best course of action is focusing on how to restore your data and protect your system from similar threats in the future. How do I deal with the NBWR ransomware infection? To protect yourself from the NBWR ransomware attack, you should practice safe web browsing habits like refraining from opening email attachments from unknown senders and downloading programs from unreliable sources. You should also have a reputable malware remediation tool installed on your computer. That way you can regularly scan for elements associated with this troublesome ransomware infection and other malware. Also, to reduce the potential damage of a future ransomware infection, please consider backing up your files on an external hard drive or cloud storage. If you see an error message saying TextanAlyzerfld will damage your computer, you may have Adware installed on your Mac. The message is related to Adware software that affects Mac users. Once it enters your device, be prepared for a plethora of unwanted ads, browser redirects, and potential installation of other unwanted programs. Why are these kinds of programs potentially harmful, and how can you remove them? Programs like TextanAlyzerfld are classified as adware and are potentially unwanted for several reasons. Disruption of user experience. They flood your device with unwanted ads. Privacy concerns. Adware often tracks browsing habits and collects personally non-identifiable information. Browser hijacking. Adware like TextanAlyzerfld may hijack your browser, changing settings like homepage or search engine and redirecting you to unsafe websites. To remove adware like TextanAlyzerfld from your Mac, you should do the following. Quit suspicious applications. If you notice unfamiliar applications running, force quit them. Uninstall the adware. Go to your applications folder and look for any apps you don't recognize and remove them. Remove browser extensions. Check all the browsers you use for any extensions or plugins you didn't install yourself and remove them. Clear browser data. Delete your cookies, cache, and history in your web browser to remove any traces of the adware. Reset browser settings. Restore your web browser settings to original default. This will undo any changes made by the adware. Scan with antivirus. Use a reputable antivirus program to scan your Mac for the adware, malware, and other threats, and remove them. Check for unwanted profiles. Some adware installs profiles that control your Mac settings. Check your system preferences for any profiles you didn't create and remove them. Update your system. Ensure your Mac is running the latest version of Mac OS and always update using security patches. Change your passwords. After you've removed the adware, change the passwords for your sensitive accounts. Review your network settings. Adware may alter network settings like your DNS server or proxy. Ensure they're set correctly. It's important to regularly back up your data and exercise caution when downloading software or clicking on ads. And this is often how adware like TextanAlyzerfld is distributed. And don't forget to watch This Week in Malware to stay informed about the latest security threats to keep your Mac safe. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like Spy Hunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.